بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على خير خلق الله أبي القاسم المصطفى محمد وعلى أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين، صلى الله عليك يا سيدي ويا مولاي يا أبا عبد الله، صلى الله عليك يا سيدي يا ابن رسول الله، يا رحمة الله الواسعة ويا باب نجاة الأمة ويا عبرة كل مؤمن ومؤمنة، يا ليتنا كنا معكم سادتي فنفوز فوزا عظيما. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم، بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. واستفزز من استطعت منهم بصوتك وأجلب عليهم بخيلك وركبك وشاركهم في الأموال والأولاد وعدهم، وما يعدهم الشيطان إلا غرورا. عطروا أفواهكم بذكر الصلاة على محمد وآل محمد. الثاني على حب الحسن والحسين. الثالث على حب فاطمة الزهراء بأعلى أصواتكم. Ever since the discovery of the internet, our lives have completely changed. They've changed to the better, of course. Communication has become easy. You could speak to someone all the way across the globe, live. You see them in living color, in person. This was unheard of before, to speak to someone live and for free, just by having the internet. Everything has become easier. While previously you would have to go in person to government offices or businesses, now everything is online. You can book everything online. You can book an airline ticket, buy theme park tickets, order anything that you'd like online, and it will be shipped to you within a couple of days, or sometimes a couple of hours. Social media, it has connected us with old friends, and it has helped us make new friends. We can keep up with each other. We can follow each other's news and know what we're doing. We can know prayer times and know the Qibla thanks to the internet. We can navigate and have a GPS system on our phone thanks to the internet. We can keep up with Islamic content, lectures, and asheed. There's so many things that previously was not available. Today it is available. We can learn about Islam and the school of thought of Ahlul Bayt and even Imam Hussain through social media and through YouTube. Today it's an essential part of learning about Ahlul Bayt and Islam through YouTube. This was unheard of previously. However, having said that, our lives have also become very, very complicated as well because of the internet and because of social media. Social media can cause a lot of social problems. It can destroy lives. It can destroy families. الإنترنت أيها الأحبة وشبكات التواصل الاجتماعي كما أنها غيرت حياتنا إلى الأحسن في كثير من الأمور. الآن الحياة متطورة. التواصل صار أسهل بكثير مما كان في السابق. بإمكانك أن تتواصل مع من شئت في أي وقت أردت وبسهولة عالية. المعلومة صارت سهلة التناول. أي معلومة تريد أن تحصل عليها فبإمكانك أن تحصل عليها خلال لحظات أو دقائق. ولكن هذا التطور وهذا التسهيل لم يأتي بالمجان. لا يعني أنه لا ثمن له. لا، هناك ثمن باهظ. فالإنترنت وشبكات التواصل الاجتماعي جاءت بالويلات أيضا وبالتحديات وبالمشاكل. My dear friends, just like so many things else, if social media is not used wisely, if it is not used in the proper manner, it could ruin lives. It could destroy families. It could ruin so many people's lives. And don't think that this is a problem just in the West, in Western societies. No, this problem has come even in Islamic countries. The problem of the internet and the misuse. I don't say the usage, but the misusage of social media, it could ruin lives. It has left some youth unable to get married. While some people have been able to connect and marry because of social media, there were some, because of their misusage of social media, they have been left not able to get married because they committed mistakes. They didn't use social media in the right way. They committed mistakes, and hence now they can't get married. Some have even contemplated committing suicide because of the problems that occurred because of social media. Foolishly sharing photos, videos to people that they don't know, to strangers, and that got them in a mess. That ruined their lives. Until today they're paying the price. أيها الأحبة، الإنسان إذا لا يستخدم هذه الشبكات التواصل الاجتماعي بشكل الصحيح تجر على نفسه الويلات. ليس فقط على نفسه بل على أسرته وعلى عائلته. كم من شباب اضطروا إلى الطلاق بسبب هذه الشبكات التواصل الاجتماعي. كم من بيوت وعوائل هدمت بسبب هذه الشبكات التواصل الاجتماعي، لأنها لم تستخدم بالشكل الصحيح، بالشكل العقلائي، باتزان. لا، دمرت كثير من العوائل والأسر، تدمرت بسبب هذه الشبكات. I remember when these social media platforms began, it began with MySpace, and then it was Facebook, and then it was Twitter, and then it was Instagram, and then every day there's something new. You can barely keep up with the social media platforms. And today the most popular one is TikTok, obviously. هذه الشبكات يوميا تأتي شبكة جديدة. يوميا تأتي شبكة جديدة، ولكن أشهرها في هذا الزمان، وربما البعض أطلق على شباب هذه الزمان جيل التيك توك. فشيء عجيب، أخذ العالم بأكمله، مو فقط في كندا ولا فقط في الولايات المتحدة، لا، تعالوا شوفوا حتى في العراق جميع الشباب بل الأطفال جميعا يستخدمون التيك توك. فالتطبيق عجيب عجيب، أخذ العالم كالعاصفة. طيب، technology, my dear friends, as much as it benefits us, it benefits my life, your life, it makes things a lot easier for us. Today we can't live without technology. We can't live without our iPhones. We can't live without our laptops and our iPads. We can't live without social media. It's hard imagining a life pre-social media, pre-internet, pre-iPhone. I don't remember how we used to live without this technology. As much as it's made our life easier, it's come with its challenges. It's come with its difficulties. And we tend to pay a very difficult price. Let me give you an example. Today there's something called chat GPT. Now this, for college students that have to write essays, it's a dream come true. You put in a couple of words, maybe a sentence or two, and it will give you an entire article, an entire essay of what you're supposed to write about. But what it does is that it helps us write something, but it puts our mind on the shelf. God gave me a mind. God gave me a brain. Life was not meant to be ruled by artificial intelligence. It was meant to be ruled by human intelligence, my intelligence and your intelligence. And this new platform, it could be the end to academic excellence. Because in college, in high schools, even lectures, all you have to go on this platform and you'll have an article ready-made for you, an essay ready-made for you, even a book. Then what happens to the human mind? We're advancing technologically, but our minds are being on hold. And this is very dangerous. أيها الأحبة، هناك موارد جديدة وحسابات جديدة، مواقع جديدة على الإنترنت تعطل العقل. تذهب إلى بعض المواقع، تدخل بعض الكلمات وتحصل على مقال، بل كتاب، محاضرة بأكملها، وأنت لم تتعب عليها. هذه مأساة أيها الأحبة، هذه مأساة. لماذا؟ لأنها تعطل عقل الإنسان. نحن كلما تطورنا من ناحية التكنولوجيا، لكن العقول تعطلت. العقول تعطلت. سابقا كنا نحفظ أرقام التلفونات، صحيح؟ قبل 20 سنة أنا أحفظ رقمي ورقم والدي ووالدتي وأعمامي وأخوالي الأخوة والأخوات. الآن أتحدى البعض حافظ له رقم واحد، أنا رقم تلفوني ما حافظه. تعطلت العقول، ذاكرتنا صارت ضعيفة لأنه نعتمد على هذه الأجهزة الجديدة ونعتمد على التكنولوجيا. The problem was with Google. When Google came out, we had a problem. And I remember a few years ago, I gave a lecture called Google Speakers. You could easily take out a couple of hadith, a couple of stories, put it together, and all of a sudden you're sitting on the minbar and people are listening to you without having studied, without having entered a proper hawza. And now there's these new platforms. This is a catastrophe, my dear friends. This is a catastrophe to humanity, to intellectuality, to academia, to learning, to education. This could be a major catastrophe. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. طيب. Yesterday we gave a brief history of Shaytan. Shaytan, my dear friends, my dear brothers, has many tools. First of all, Shaytan made a vow, made a promise, as we mentioned yesterday, that he will deceive mankind, all of the children of Adam. He will try to deceive. قال فبعزتك لأغوينهم أجمعين. I will go after each and every single one of you. Imagine if we had a spy, if we had a foreign agent following us everywhere, wouldn't we be scared? Would we be able to sleep at night? But the thing is, we do have a foreign agent following us day and night, trying to put us in a trap. طيب. الشيطان تعهد، أخذ عهدا على نفسه أن يغوي بني البشر، أن يغوي بني آدم، وقد نجح في كثير من مهامه. قد نجح، يسعى ليل نهار، يواصل الليل مع النهار لإغواء البشر. طيب. He has a lot of tools. And we've been warned. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala warned us in the Quran. إن الشيطان لكم عدو فاتخذوه عدوا. He's declared you as an enemy. Why don't you declare him as an enemy? Declare him as an enemy the same way that he's declared you as an enemy. And he's armed and dangerous. You know, sometimes on the news, you hear of someone who's escaped from custody, from jail, from prison, from police custody, and they say he's armed and dangerous. Shaytan is armed and dangerous to the point that he sees us, but we can't see him. How dangerous of an enemy is that? إِنَّهُ يَرَاكُمْ وَقَبِيلَهُ مِنْ حَيْثُ لَا تَرَوْنَ. He sees you, but you can't see him. Imagine being in the battlefield with an enemy that he can see you, but you can't see him. How dangerous would he be? طيب. Some of his tools, some of the tools of Shaytan is music. Music. وَاسْتَفْزِزْ مَنِ اسْتَطَعْتَ مِنْهُمْ بصوتك وأجلم عليهم بخيلك ورجلك. Music is a tool of Shaytan. Singing is a tool of Shaytan. It takes over our minds. No way can you be listening to music but at the same time think of Allah Azza wa Jal, thinking of the Ahlul Bayt, thinking of Imam Hussain. It doesn't work that way. Try it. It doesn't work. When you listen to music, Shaytan takes over your mind and your soul. That's why it's a tool for Shaytan. Amongst the tools of Shaytan is alcohol and gambling. Drinking and gambling. This is among the tools of Shaytan. The Quran says, إنما يريد الشيطان أن يوقع بينكم العداوة والبغضاء في الخمر والميسر ويصدكم عن ذكر الله وعن الصلاة فهل أنتم منتهون. Shaytan tries to cause enmity and animosity and hatred amongst people through the usage of alcohol and gambling. طيب. One of the tools of Shaytan is al-khalwa. Khalwa. What is khalwa? Is when a young man and a young woman are by themselves in a room, in a car, in an office, by themselves. This is one of the tools. This becomes a playground for Shaytan. For when a young man and a young woman, even if they're married, of course not to each other, if they're married to someone else, but they're by themselves, this is khalwa. This is a place of Shaytan. The hadith says, لا يخلون رجل بامرأة فما من رجل خلا بامرأة إلا كان الشيطان ثالثهما. If you're two by yourself, be sure that the third party is Shaytan. This is one of his tools. And I believe that one of the modern tools of Shaytan is social media. Social media. Shaytan has several avenues. Shaytan will use any avenue that he can to come and get us. Social media is one of the major tools of Shaytan, and including TikTok. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. First of all, there's something that all parents need to understand. هناك مطلب جدا مهم أيها الأحبة على الآباء، وهذه محاضرة أنا في تصوري في غاية الأهمية أيها الأحبة، في غاية الأهمية. هناك مطلب مهم على جميع الآباء أن يعقلوه، أن يفهموه، وهو أن عالم الإنترنت أيها الأحبة يحتوي على الكل، على الخير وعلى الشر، على الخيرين وعلى الأشرار. أنت تعلم من يتحدث معه طفلك؟ زين، هذا الطفل قاعد على التيك توك، على الإنترنت ليل نهار من الصبح الليل، ويمنو دا يتحدث؟ ويا إنسان مؤمن صائم مصلي يصلي صلاة الليل، أو ربما يكون شخص يحب أن يستفز هذا الطفل أو الطفلة، يحب أن يستفز هذا الشاب أو الشابة، يأخذ منهم معلومات أو صور أو فيديوهات لا سمح الله. لربما يطلع تاجر مخدرات. زين، وين الآباء؟ وين الأمهات؟ احنا تاركين الأطفال بهذه الحرية. هذه كارثة أيها الأحبة، تأتي بالكوارث. There's online predators, my dear friends. There has always been online predators. Do we know who our kids are speaking to online when they sit on social media for hours? No, and the problem is there are some games. There are some games where they're engaging with others. They're talking with others. So even games can become dangerous nowadays. You don't know who they're talking to. Who are they socializing with? Is it a drug dealer? Is it someone that wants photos from them, videos from them, taking information from them? We don't know. This is dangerous. And we parents, all we're thinking about is our business, my shop, how to increase my wealth, how to increase my business, how to open a new store somewhere else. What good is this business if I lose my son or if I lose my daughter? I don't lose them physically, but I lose them spiritually. البعض منا فقط يفكر في التجارة أيها الأحبة، لا يفكر في مستقبل أولاده. أنا ابني ويا منو جاي يتحدث؟ أنا بنتي مع من تتحدث؟ على السوشيال ميديا، هي قاعدة بالغرفة فوق، أنا أتصور هي في أمان. لا، سابقا كنا نتصور أن الخطر خارج المنزل. ابني وين يروح؟ بنتي وين تروح؟ خارج المنزل، أصدقاء السوء. أيها الأحبة، الآن الخطر جاءنا وغزانا في عقر دارنا. الشيطان يجلس في عقر دارنا. بعد ما يحتاج الطفل يطلع خارج المنزل. الشيطان جاء إلى المنزل. طيب فما شنو تنفع التجارة والبزنس إذا أنا فقدت أولادي؟ This is a very important point, my dear friends. Our parents, we have to pay attention to our kids. Who are they speaking to? What good is my business if I lose my son and daughter? طيب. Another very important problem with these social media platforms, and especially TikTok, is that they're addictive. They're addictive. You see a child or a teenager, teenage son, teenage daughter, teenage boy, teenage girl, they sit on TikTok for hours. For hours. They don't even take bathroom breaks. They could go on for 6 hours without going to the bathroom. I don't know how they do it. Don't you get tired? For 6 hours going through video after video, video after video, reel after reel. And they keep on. And it's addictive. You want them to get up for lunch, they don't get up. Get up and pray, they don't get up. Get up for exercise. عجيب هذا أمر التيك توك. يجلسون الأولاد لساعات متتالية لا يملون لا يكلون لا يريدون استراحة ويجلسون على هذه البرامج وفيديو ورا فيديو فيديو ورا فيديو. طيب. And it affects their schoolwork. It affects their schoolwork. Before, our kids were doing better in school. They had better grades. They had extracurricular activities. They would participate in sports, after school sports. Today, kids don't have sports anymore. They don't engage in sports. I remember when we were kids, after school, we'd go and play on the street. We'd play football. We'd play soccer. Kids today, they don't play. They don't believe in sports. All they do is they have their gadgets, their iPads and their iPhones. It's TikTok. As soon as they come back from school, all the way till the time that they sleep. What about homework? What about exercise? What about extracurricular activities, going out for a walk, having discussions with parents, with siblings? No. All of that is gone. عجيب. أصلا هذه البرامج تؤثر على مدارس الأولاد، على دراستهم، على وظائفهم، على درجاتهم في المدرسة. ترى أن درجاتهم أصبحت سيئة. لا يمارسون الرياضة، لا يخرجون من المنزل. مجرد يجلسون على هذه البرامج ويشاهدون الأفلام، الفيلم تلو الآخر. طيب. Previously, families would sit together during lunch, during dinner. They would talk. The father asks his children, how was school? How are your friends? They talk. Previously, when we'd sit over dinner, over lunch, over breakfast, families would have discussions. Today, no one talks. Everyone's on their phone, including the father, including us fathers, and the mothers, and the children. We're busy with these gadgets, with these telephones, with social media. The kids are on TikTok, the parents are on WhatsApp, and no one talks. Day in, day out, I as a father, I don't know what is happening in the life of my children. زين أنا كأب أنا مو مسؤول عن حياة الأولاد. زين ابني وضعه بالمدرسة شلونه؟ أصدقاء من؟ لربما عنده أصدقاء السوء، لربما عندهم مخدرات يوقعونه في 60 داهية وأنا ما أدري. أصلا لا نتحدث، لأنه بمجرد أن نجلس مع بعض كل واحد يطلع تلفونه، وهذا يلتهي باليوتيوب، والأم تلتهي بالواتساب، والابن يلتهي بالإنستغرام، وهكذا. That is why this generation, my dear friends, this new generation, you know what they're called? The silent generation. They don't talk. Because the only thing that they do is they sit on their phones and on TikTok. They don't talk. They're the silent generation. And some of them, even when they get to drive, now that they're teenagers, they get to drive, even when on their phone, when they're driving, they're on their phones. They're texting. They're either on WhatsApp or on TikTok, or they're watching videos while driving. Imagine, while driving. This is a problem. This is a problem of our children's generation. طيب. هناك مسألة أخرى أيها الأحبة. كثير من الشباب اليوم يعانون من الكآبة، من مرض الكآبة. كثير من الشباب. لماذا؟ لأنه لا يخرج من البيت، ولا عنده أصدقاء، ولا يمارس الرياضة، مجرد قاعد على التيك توك من الصبح إلى الليل. شيء طبيعي هذا يولد كآبة. إذا لازم هذا الجهاز من الصبح إلى الليل تصير عنده كآبة. One of the major problems that our youth deal with today is depression. Depression. And there's a link between the usage of social media and depression. Previously, kids would go out, they'd go play sports, they'd have friends, they'd go for a walk, they'd go to the beach, to the ocean, go to a river, go out for hikes. They had friends, they'd go out. Today, no, it's all social media. All they do is sit on TikTok and scroll through videos. This causes depression. And then we wonder, why does my daughter have depression? Why do they snap? Why do they get angry? Why can't I have a normal discussion with my son and daughter? It's because of these gadgets, it's because of this technology. It comes with these drawbacks. And if they have depression, this is very dangerous, because depression leads to use of drugs. And it also leads to suicide. And it leads to so many dangerous things. That's all comes with technology. طيب. Another problem that comes with TikTok and a lot of these social media outlets is that you're exposed to music all day long. Bring me one TikTok video that doesn't have music. They all have music. من المشاكل التي تأتي بها هذه البرامج أنها تحتوي على الغناء والموسيقى. فهذا الطفل من الصبح إلى الليل يسمع الغناء والموسيقى. زي من بدال ما يسمع القرآن، الأدعية. آبائنا كانوا يعلمون على القرآن وعلى الأدعية، إحنا أولادنا من الصبح إلى الليل يسمعون الغناء والموسيقى على هالتطبيقات. From morning till night they're exposed to songs and music. And every video contains music. And it can contain singing. Instead of being exposed to Quran, to dua, to munajat. And and these songs, they live in their heads. You see the kids, they sing the songs. Even when they go to sleep, when they put the iPads down, they sing the songs. Because it lives with them. It's in their head. It's in their mind. That's in addition to the haram scenes, being exposed to haram scenes. Women dressed improperly. Maybe there's scenes of improper behavior. In addition to the profanity, our children are being exposed to profanity. هذا بالإضافة إلى المشاهدات السيئة الغير أخلاقية. طفل عمره 6 سنوات 5 سنوات 4 سنوات متعلم يستخدم هذه الأجهزة وأشكال وأنواع يشاهد. زين، شنو يشاهد؟ صورة من المسجد الحرام أو المسجد النبوي، أو لا لربما صور غير أخلاقية، صور غير دينية، أفلام غير دينية. والأطفال من الصبح لليل يشاهد هذه البرامج. بالإضافة إلى الكلام البذيء، السب والإفشار التي تحتوي هذه الأفلام والبرامج. Another major problem that comes with TikTok and similar social media platforms is that it gives our kids short attention spans. Short attention spans. Why? Because these videos are only 30 seconds, 40 seconds. After that, they go to another video. That's also 30 seconds. And another reel, 30 seconds, 30 seconds. So their attention span is limited. It becomes limited to 30 seconds, 40 seconds. After that, they want something new. And then another reel, and then another reel. من المشاكل التي تأتي بها هذه البرامج أن الطفل يكون انتباهه محدودا جدا لمدة 30 ثانية. لأن هذه الفيديوهات هو تحتوي على مشاهدة لمدة 30 ثانية، ثم ينتقل إلى فيديو آخر وآخر وآخر. فبعد ما عنده تحمل، ما عنده صبر، ورا 30 ثانية ينتقل إلى فيلم آخر. ولذا ترى الأطفال انتباههم محدود جدا. Today, kids have very short attention spans. As you're talking to the kids, their attention goes somewhere else. They don't concentrate. They develop very short attention spans. You see them even when you're talking to them, they pick up their phones and they start scrolling. Even during lectures. I don't know, what is it that they do at school? How is it that they go through an hour-long lecture at school? I don't know, how is it that they'll cope when they go to college when some lectures are 3 hours in college? I remember when I was in college, back in the dinosaur age, I had a class that was 3 hours. 3 hours, from 7 to 10 p.m. I don't know how is this generation supposed to go through that. A 3-hour class. When their attention span is 30 seconds. A 30-second attention span is supposed to go and undergo a class of 3 hours. This is a problem. All of our kids will develop ADD, attention deficit disorder. And this is a problem. Another problem that comes with TikTok and social media is the desire to go viral. This is a major problem. I want to become popular. How? Easy. Record yourself doing something crazy, something wild, upload it on TikTok, and an hour from now, you're everywhere. Your name is everywhere. You become popular. Do you remember a couple of years ago when I remember when TikTok came out, there was this something that went viral where there's a song, you get out of the car, you start dancing, and then you come back in the car. Remember that? Remember how many accidents it caused? And there's people that were killed. There were people that died because of this silly viral video. People are willing to do the craziest things just to become popular. And social media makes it easier. TikTok makes it easier. You know, previously, if you wanted to become famous, and popular, you had to achieve something. Like Thomas Edison, like J.P. Morgan, like Isaac Newton. These people who had to accomplish a real accomplishment in order for their names to become famous and popular. Today, no. All you have to is record yourself for 30 seconds, do something really wild, do something crazy, even if it's un-Islamic, even if it's haram, even if it will bring you shame and your family shame, but that's okay because you're gonna go viral. Everyone's gonna know who you are, and you're gonna start a trend. You're gonna start a trend on TikTok, and then some other lunatic will pick up the trend and will do it, and then all of a sudden everyone's doing it. Everyone's doing it. Why? Because it's viral. I remember a while back, people were recording, you record your feet first and then you go up. I was like, what is this? Everyone was doing it. It's so silly, but everyone's doing it. Say something, record yourself saying something sane, wise. No one gets to know who you are. It doesn't go viral. I remember one speaker, as a fellow speaker, we were having breakfast together. He said, speakers that are not controversial, they say wise and logical things, no one knows them. Do people want us to say controversial things for us to become popular? The more controversial you are, the more popular you become. This is how it is. And the crazier it is, the video, the crazier it is, the more popular it becomes. It makes people go crazy. And it gives people the desire to go viral. من المشاكل أيها الأحبة التي تأتي مع التيك توك والسوشيال ميديا وشبكات التواصل حب الشهرة. حب الشهرة. قم بعمل جنوني أو قل شيء جنوني مثل هذا المجنون في السويد. مجنون هذا طالب شهرة. قام بحرق القرآن فقط طلبا للشهرة. شوف الحدث. قامت الدنيا لحرق القرآن. صدقوني هذا طالب شهرة مو أكثر. We all saw the guy in Sweden burning the Quran. He just wanted to go viral. That was his desire. The desire was to go viral, to let the world for a week, 10 days, speak in his name. That was his desire. If he had made a video of reading the Quran, do you think anyone would know his name? Would he have become popular? No. Because he burnt the Quran, he tore the Quran, his agenda was to become popular. This is how it is, unfortunately. Today, TikTok encourages us to do crazy things, wild things, in order to become popular. Do something logical, no one will know you. You have to do something crazy. طيب. So what's the solution? What is the solution? Some say, Sayed, if TikTok has all of these problems, if Facebook and Instagram, if social media has all of these problems, let's delete. Let's tell our children to delete. Easy. We go home and we tell our children to delete. Is that a solution? This is not a solution, my dear friends. البعض يقول إذا التيك توك وشبكات التواصل الاجتماعي فيها جميع هذه المشاكل خب القضية سهلة الحل سهل نقوم بحذفها تنتهي المشكلة. تنتهي المشكلة؟ أبدا. Because when you force your child to delete TikTok or whatever it is, they'll go and use it behind your back. They'll go and use it behind your back. If you're forcing them to delete or not to use, they'll do it behind your back, whether you like it or you don't. This is one. Two, you delete TikTok. Tomorrow there's going to be something else. The day after there's going to be something else. Every day there's something new. Every day there's a new app. How many apps do you want to delete? You want to keep on deleting? It's impossible. Today it's TikTok. Yesterday it was Facebook. Tomorrow it will be something else. Every day you want your child to delete, and only your child? What about the rest of the world? Deleting is not a solution, my dear friends, because every day there's something new. The solution is not deleting. You can't fight social media. Social media is a storm that has taken the world. You can't fight it. You simply can't fight it and say, no, I will not use social media at home. None of my children will have TikTok. None of my children will have YouTube. It's impossible. Some say, طيب البعض يقول خلينا نحذف. هذا مو حل أيها الأحبة. إذا الطفل أجبرته على حذفه يذهب ويستخدمه بشكل آخر. وهناك وسائل جديدة في كل يوم. كل يوم تخرج وسيلة جديدة. أنت اليوم تحذف تيك توك، بكرة شنو تريد تسوي؟ وعقب بكرة شنو تريد تسوي؟ كل يوم تحذف؟ مستحيل. نحن لا نعيش في كهوف. We don't live in caves, my dear friends. We live in modern societies. Some say, let's pack our bags and go to the Middle East. Hey. You think in the Middle East there's no TikTok? There they know TikTok more than us. More than Canada and the US. You think you can run away from the problem? Have you seen the youth in the Middle East? And how some of them are far from religion? Have you seen how they dress? Have you seen their hairstyles? The hairstyles? I don't know where they get these hairstyles from. I haven't seen anywhere in the world hairstyles like Iraq. حقيقة فد كارثة أيها الأحبة. الشباب في الشرق الأوسط وفي بلدنا العراق. هاي القصات والمودات الشعر عجيب. والله يوم من الأيام شفت شاب عبالي لابس عمامة تبين شعره. تبين شعره مسويه بحجم العمامة. زين وين تروح؟ وين تطي وجهك؟ وين تهرب من هالمشاكل؟ لا الهروب مو الحل أيها الأحبة. Moving to the Middle East is not a solution because the Middle East has its own problems. It has its own baggage, my dear friends. Running away from the problem is not the solution. The solution, according at least to my opinion, my humble opinion, is the following. وصلوا على محمد وعلى محمد. Limiting the usage of social media. You see, my dear friends, anything that is used excessively becomes improper. Anything used excessively. Some usage of social media doesn't have a problem. Some usage, maybe an hour a day, an hour and a half of usage of social media a day, it's not a problem. You know the average usage of our phones, by the way. The average person uses his phone or her phone for 7 hours a day. Did you know that? 7 hours a day. Most of us, we use our phones for 7 hours a day. Maybe some of it is good. Maybe you're watching a lecture on YouTube. Maybe you're reading a book. Maybe you're learning. Not just because it's 7 hours, it doesn't mean that it's bad. It could be used as bad. So excessive usage is bad, my dear friends. But limited usage is fine. An hour of social media a day with parental guidance, with parental control is fine. You can't ban your children from using it completely. But if you limit it to an hour a day, an hour and a half a day, maybe on the weekends, 2 hours, with parental supervision, that's fine. This is a good step. Limiting its usage is a good step. This is one. Two, you could limit the features. You could limit features on YouTube, on TikTok, on a lot of these social media. You could limit the features. For example, who can your kids speak to? Who can they message? Who can they send posts and pictures and videos to? You could limit this. All you have to do, we as parents, we have to educate ourselves on how to limit the use of social media and have parental control Can they send pictures? Can they send videos? On YouTube, which videos can they watch? Which videos they can't watch? We can all control this. We can have a control over this. This is very important. To not care, this is not a solution. Also, my dear friends, we have to have real talks with our children. When you have a real talk with your son and daughter, that Baba, listen. أولا أيها الأحبة بإمكاننا أن نحدد من استخدام شبكات التواصل الاجتماعي لا أن نطلق الحرية تماما للأطفال ولا أن نمنعهم كليا، لا، كل شيء باعتدال. اسمح لهذا الطفل، لهذا الشاب أن يستخدم التيك توك أو هذه الشبكات لساعة في اليوم، ساعة ونصف في اليوم، على الويكند مثلا ساعتين، ما في إشكال. التحديد، وعليك أن تحدد مع من يتحدث، إلى من يبعث الصور، إلى من يبعث الفيديوهات. هذا شيء مهم. البعض ما يعرف، روح اتعلم شوف كيف تحدد هذه الشبكات واتعلم، ما بي إشكال. طيب, having a real discussion with our kids, sitting with them, telling them of the disadvantages, of the cons of the misusage of using social media. We can sit and talk, give and take with our children. We get to tell them that how addictive it is and that it causes them to have low attention spans. We give and take. This is permissible. This is very possible that we sit and we talk. We have a discussion with our kids, not by dictators. I'm against that parents are dictators, that you have to delete, you have to do this. No. You don't have to use the language of you have to. Give and take with your child, with your son, with your daughter. We live at a time, our children, we can't raise our children the way our parents raised us, my dear friends. We grew up, for example, in Iraq, in Iran, in Kuwait, in Pakistan, in Afghanistan. Our parents raised us in a way. Don't expect that you can raise your children the same way that your parents raised you. Impossible. البعض يريد أن يربي أولاده كما رباه أبواه. هذا مستحيل. احنا تربينا في العراق، في إيران، في باكستان، أجواء مختلفة، أساليب مختلفة. طيب الآن نحن نعيش في كندا، في الولايات المتحدة، الأوقات تغيرت، الزمان تغير، المكان تغير، الأساليب تغيرت. We have to come and sit and speak to them gently, not take out our belts. In order to speak with our children, immediately we would take out. This is how our parents raised us. This is how our parents, but this is not how we raise our kids. No, with understanding. See, the Quran gives us a beautiful example. لقمان الحكيم. القرآن يضرب لنا مثلا رائعا من أب يعرف كيف يتعامل مع الأب بلغة هادئة، بالموعظة الحسنة، مو بالضرب، مو بلغة الضرب، مو بلغة العنف، مو بالسب والإفشار. احنا هذا الآباء هكذا كانوا يربون سابقا. أنت ما يصير براسك خير، أنت كذا، أنت كذا. هذا الأسلوب ما يمشي أيها الأحبة. هذا الأسلوب القاسي ما يمشي. طيب انظروا إلى لقمان. Look at how Luqman speaks with his child. يا بني أقم الصلاة وأمر بالمعروف وانهى عن المنكر واصبر على ما أصابك إن ذلك من عزم الأمور. شوفوا اللغة الهادئة. Look at the way Luqman gives and takes with his son in a peaceful way. He admonishes his son without raising his voice, without threatening to take out his belt or pick up a sandal or a shoe. No. Very peaceful. ولا تصعر خدك للناس ولا تمشي في الأرض مرحا إن الله لا يحب كل مختال فخور. Peaceful way. Look at how he advises him, admonishes him. واقصد في مشيك واغضض من صوتك إن أنكر الأصوات لصوت الحمير. هذا لقمان مثل رائع في القرآن الكريم كيف يربي ابنه بأسلوب هادئ، بأسلوب يجره إلى الدين، مو أسلوب منفر. This is a way that a parent should speak with his child, and this is how we convince them that social media can be detrimental to their studies, to their future, to their minds, to their memories, to their brains. We give and take. My dear friends, the TikTok generation, the generation that we're raising, is different from all other generations. You can't force them to do anything. It doesn't work by force. No, you have to convince. You have to sit and convince. This is a generation that asks questions, that wants to know why. Previously, when our parents told us, pray, we pray. Fast, we fast. Khalas. There's no room for asking questions. But this generation asks questions and wants answers, proper answers, convincing answers. We have to be prepared. Yelling and shouting will not get us anywhere. أيها الأحبة هذا الجيل الجديد ويسمى بجيل التيك توك جيل لا يقبل العنف يرفض العنف ونحن في بلد أيها الأحبة اسمعوا لهذا نحن في بلد بمجرد أن ترفع يدك على الطفل رأسا يخابر ما أدري هنا الشرطة شنو في أمريكا 911 نفس الشيء زين رأسا يخابر 911 لو أنت بالسجن لو الطفل تأخذه عائلة مسيحية وتكبرها خلاص هذا الواقع كم من الأطفال المسلمين صاروا في بيوت المسيحيين وفي بيوت الأجانب ليش؟ لأنه الأب ما قدر يسيطر على أعصابه ما قدر يسيطر على غضبه ضرب للطفل وربما هم يضرب الأم لأنه عباله هو بعد قاعد ما أدري وين بالعراق فيصور حتى الأم هم يقدر يضربها مصيره إلى السجن. إحنا بيا بلد عايشين أيها الأحبة وفي أي زمن عايشين. Islam doesn't accept physical violence and verbal violence and aggression. We live in a different country. This is intolerable, unacceptable. Give and take. طيب صلوا على محمد وآل محمد. And another thing we could do, and I think this is very important, is that we can fill. If we can't, the example says, if you can't beat them, join them. If we can't beat TikTok, join it and fill it with Islamic content. For every one music video, let's have 10 anashid. Let's have 10 latmiyat. Let's have 10 lectures, Islamic lectures on TikTok. So that when my son and daughter, they're going through TikTok and a music video comes out, but also what? An anashid comes out. Adhan comes out. Quran comes out. A lecture comes out. And we fill it. This is what we did with YouTube. I remember when YouTube came out, everyone said, no, delete YouTube. Stay away from YouTube. Be careful. Don't let your children. Today, we encourage our kids to watch YouTube because all of the Islamic lectures are on YouTube. If you don't have YouTube, you won't watch Islamic lectures. You won't have anashid. You won't have latmiyat. This is the gateway. Without it, we wouldn't have these things. Similarly, we could do the same with TikTok. Fill it. Flood it with Islamic content, with lectures, with anashid, with adhan, with Quran, with admonishment, with advice, with good clips, so that at least the bad mixes with the good. If we can overcome the bad, at least we will mix it with the good. And we will reach somewhere. And we need today youth, my dear friends. We need youth that are professionals and having reels and good content on TikTok so that it attracts our youngsters and our kids. MashaAllah, today we have professionals in IT. We have professionals that can bring good content, produce good content for YouTube, for TikTok, for all of social media. This is how we serve Islam. If you have the ability, if you're good on the computer, if you're good on graphics, if you can make videos, that is your gift. Use it in serving Islam. Use it in serving Ahlul Bayt. Use it in serving Imam Hussain alayhi salam. Imam Hussain, my dear friends, should not be just limited to majalis. This is one avenue. One way of serving Imam Hussain is to attend majalis and recite majalis. There are so many other ways. Today, one of the brothers showed me a picture of a water bottle with the name of Imam Hussain on it. And this is being dispersed. This is beautiful. This is a good gesture. To have rallies during the julus, during the rallies on the day of Ashura, before, after, spreading this message of Imam Hussain on a bottle that says the name of Imam Hussain. This is good. There's so many ways of serving the name of Imam Hussain. There's an association called Who is Hussain? They've done a fantastic job of spreading the message of Imam Hussain. We owe it to him, my dear brothers and sisters. We owe it to him. Imam Hussain gave his noble blood, his holy blood, for the sake of Allah. He will ask us, what did you do in return? What did you do for my message? How did you deliver my message to the world? Imam Hussain expects this from us. He expects this. Tonight, is the eve of the 5th of Muharram, and it is designated to the ambassador of Imam Hussain, Muslim ibn Aqil, salawatullahi wa salamuhu alayhi. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. Imam Hussain alayhi salam sends Muslim ibn Aqil to Kufa in preparation of his arrival to Kufa. And he wrote a letter to the people of Kufa, وَأَنَا بَاعِثٌ إِلَيْكُمْ أَخِي وَابْنَ عَمِّي وَثِقَتِي مِنْ أَهْلِ بَيْتِي Muslim ibn Aqil. I am sending you my brother and my cousin and the trustworthy person from my family to you, Muslim ibn Aqil. The people of Kufa, they gather around Muslim ibn Aqil for several days, for several weeks, until Ubaydillah ibn Ziyad comes to Kufa and he begins to buy people's souls, people's religion. One day after the other, the followers of Muslim ibn Aqil disperse until finally on the 8th or the 9th of the Hajjah, he enters Masjid al-Kufa for Salat al-Maghrib wal-Isha, and the masjid is packed. The masjid is full. دخل مسلم بن عقيل في يوم الثامن من ذي الحجة إلى المسجد، إلى المسجد المعظم في الكوفة لصلاة المغرب والعشاء، والمسجد مملوء. أكمل صلاة المغرب وقد خرج نصف الناس، أكمل العشاء وقد خرج كل الناس. After Salat al-Maghrib, half of the group had dispersed. After Salat al-Isha, everyone had dispersed. Now Muslim ibn Aqil leaves the masjid. He doesn't know where to go. Where does he go? Which home to go to? He couldn't even go to the home of Hani ibn Urwa, who had welcomed him, and he was a guest at the house of Hani ibn Urwa for days. Now he couldn't even go to the house of Hani ibn Urwa. He stops at the doorstep of a house. A lady comes out, طوعة. يا عبد الله ماذا تريد? He said, يا أمة الله اسقيني شربة من الماء. Bring me some water. So she brings him water. Muslim ibn Aqil drinks. And then she looks at him, waiting for him to leave. She said, يا عبد الله لا يحل لك أن تجلس على باب داري. You cannot sit at the doorstep of a single woman. اذهب إلى عشيرتك، إلى عائلتك. قال أنا لا أهل لي ولا عشيرة. I have no family and I have no tribe. She told him, go to your family. He said, I have no tribe and I have no family. Who are you? أنا مسلم ابن عقيل غدر بي أهل الكوفة. I am Muslim ibn Aqil. The people of Kufa have backstabbed me. As soon as she heard the name Muslim ibn Aqil, مرحبا بك سيدي تفضل الدار دارك. He came inside. That night, Muslim ibn Aqil spent the night in worship, in praying, in supplicating, in dua, in salat al-layl, in munajat. The son of Taw'a discovers that Muslim ibn Aqil, whom Ubaydillah ibn Ziyad is searching for, is in their house. اكتشف ابن طوعة أن الذي يبحثون عنه هو في دارهم. ذهب وأخبر الجيش. جاءوا وحوطوا الدار. They surrendered the house from every corner. And Muslim ibn Aqil began fighting. He fought them like his uncle Ali ibn Abi Talib, fighting them fiercely. They had no other way of capturing him except by putting a trap. Muslim ibn Aqil falls in the trap. حفر له حفيرة وغدروا به. سقط مسلم ابن عقيل في الحفرة فقبضوا عليه. نعم. طوعة تنادي على السطيح وش هالكسيرة. ليتك حضرت تشوف يا شيخ العشيرة. ابن عمك الموثوق طايح بالحفيرة. قادوه مثل الطير مكسور الجناحين. صاحت يا مسلم وعظمها خجلتي فيك. شبيدي وانا حر موضعي فما اقدر احميك، لو يتركونك كنت فت قلبي وداويك، إن كان سلمت من كيدهم سلم على حسين. قالها يا طاع اليوم ما يحصل سلامة، أوصيك وكان بهالبلد طبة ويتامى. قولي ترى مسلم يبلغكم سلامة، واجريك على الله والنبي سيد الكونين. أخذوه قادوه إلى قصر الأمارة. They took him upstairs. They began to beat him. They beat him very brutally to the point that they cut off his lips. They cut off his lips. Muslim ibn Aqil asked for some water. They brought him a pot of water. When he wanted to drink, the pot of water was filled with blood. طلب منهم الماء بعد أن قطعوا شفتيه. طلب منهم الماء، جاءوا بالطشت، أراد أن يشرب، امتلأ الطشت دما، امتلأ بالدم. جاءوا بطشت آخر، بطشت ثالث، في كل مرة يمتلئ دما. طلب منهم أن يصلي، صلى ركعتين. Muslim ibn Aqil performed 2 units of salah and then توجه إلى المدينة. قال السلام عليك يا أبا عبد الله، غدر بي أهل الكوفة يا أبا عبد الله. The people of Kufa have abandoned me, they have stabbed me. People are gathered around قصر الأمارة. اجتمع الناس وهم يسألون عن مسلم وينتظرونه. Everyone is shouting, where is Muslim? They told him in a few minutes you will see him. وإذا بجثة بلا رأس تسقط من على سطح قصر الأمارة. A body beheaded falls from the roof of Qasr al-Amara. They gather and they see, this is the body of Muslim. فيا ابن عقيل فدتك النفوس لعظم رزيتك الفادحة، بكتك دما يا ابن عم الحسين. مدامع شيعتك السافحة ولا برحت هاطلات الدموع، تحييك غادية رائحة لأنك لم تروى من شربة، ثناياك غدت فيها طائحة، رموك من القصر إذ أوثقوك، فهل سلمت فيك من جارحة وسحبا تجر بأسواقهم، ألست أميرهم البارحة. Imam Hussain alayhi salam was in Karbala when the news of the death of Muslim reaches him. Imam Hussain alayhi salam was standing. When he heard the news of the death of Muslim, he sat down, he started to weep, he started to cry. الإمام الحسين كان في كربلاء حينما بلغه خبر وفاة مسلم، كان واقفا فجلس وجعل يبكي بكاء الثكلى، ثم قال ائتوني بحميدة ابن مسلم، بيتيمة ابن مسلم. He said, bring me Hamida, the daughter of Muslim. They brought him Hamida. He sat her on his lap and he began brushing her head أجلسها في حضنه وجعل يمسح على رأسها. قالت: يا عم، أراك تصنع بي كما يصنع بالأيتام، فهل هناك خبر عن والدي؟ I see that you're treating me as an orphan. Is there any news of my father? قال لها: بني، أنا أبوك وبناتي أخواتك. My daughter, I am your father, and my daughters are your sisters. Fast forward on the day of Ashura. Imam Hussain is about to enter the battlefield. All of a sudden he hears Sukaina: Abba, qif. My father, stand one moment. I want to tell you something. في اليوم العاشر من المحرم أراد الحسين أن يدخل إلى المعركة. جاءته بنته سكينة: أبي قف لي هنيئة، أسألك سؤال. هل تتذكر حينما سمعت بوفاة مسلم كيف جئت بحميدة وأجلستها في حضنك ومسحت على رأسها؟ قال: بلى بني. قالت: بعد ساعة من يجلسني في حضنه ومن يمسح على رأسي؟ My father, do you remember when he asked Hamida to sit in your lap and you brushed her head? And an hour from now, who will sit me in his lap? Who will brush my head? يقول: لا تخفي علي، هذه راحتك لو بعد جاية. إن كان رايح هاي هي، خذني وياك ما أقدر أصبر. وكأني بالحسين يقول في الجواب: سيطول بعدي يا سكينة، فاعلمي منك البكاء إذا الحمام دهاني. لا تحرقي قلبي بدمعك حسرة، ما دام مني الروح في جثماني. نسألك اللهم وندعوك باسمك العلي الأعظم الأعز الأجل الأكرم يا الله. طلبوا منا أن نقرأ الآية الكريمة لشفاء المرضى ولشفاء المريض المنظور. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أمن يجيب المضطر إذا دعاه ويكشف السوء، أمن مضطر إذا دعاه ويكشف السوء. اللهم لا تدع لنا ذنبا إلا غفرته، ولا هما إلا فرجته، ولا عيبا إلا سترته، ولا خوفا إلا آمنته، ولا رزقا إلا بسطته، ولا مرضا إلا شفيته، ولا مريضا إلا شفيته، ولا غائبا إلا حفظته وأدنيته، ولا حاجة من حوائج الدنيا والآخرة لك فيها رضا ولنا فيها صلاح إلا قضيتها ويسرتها يا أرحم الراحمين. ولأرواح المؤمنين والمؤمنات نقرأ سورة الفاتحة مع الصلوات.